Hello and welcome to the Guitar School Network. My name is Marc Seal and this is the ultimate guitar show. All right, get ready to learn all 5 of your diatonic scale patterns. That's what we're doing on All About Technique this week. And the good news is I have slides available for you. We're going to have tablature in the download section of the site here. So look around the site, you'll find the slides for today's show, and it's basically going to be the 5 diatonic scale patterns. During Riff O the show, I'm going to tell you guys probably the best ways to practice your new diatonic scales. And it's important that you learn these because the next show is going to feature us using these scales to improvise over a chord progression. So you're going to want to get all 5 scale patterns wired, and Riff O the show is going to help you to do that as well. The mailbag, I had one of you guys out there wrote in and asked me if I could demonstrate and show you guys how I play the intro to Swept Away, which is a song off my CD Transformation 7. Now the thing about that riff, the title Swept Away, I named it that because the whole intro is a sweep picking lick that I wrote. So I'm going to show you guys how I played that. And sound advice, we're going to talk about how I basically go about getting a good metal sound. Because I've had a lot of questions regarding bands like In Flames or Iron Maiden, some of the new metal. How do you get a good heavy sound that doesn't sound too tinny or too crunchy? So we'll talk about that during the sound advice section. So sit back and enjoy the ultimate guitar show because it's going to rock. All right. All about technique. Just like I said, we're going to talk about our 5 diatonic scale patterns. And since I've gone to the extra work of providing slides for you, I'm going to go through this section really quickly. Basically, I'm going to tell you what each pattern number is. I'm going to demonstrate it for you, and then I want you to download the slides and memorize them. And if you need to come back and watch how I play them, you can do so. During the riff of the show, I'm going to talk a little bit more about how you'll practice them. But basically, download the slides and memorize the scale patterns. I'll play them for you once at a distance, then I'll give you a close-up shot so you can see what they look like, and then we'll move on. So check it out. All right, pattern 1. Let's take a look at it. Pattern 1 starts right here on the 1st fret, and it goes like this. Now, when you're practicing your scale patterns, it's a real good idea to go all the way up and all the way back down. It's a good idea to alternate pick throughout the scales and don't hit the top note twice. What I mean by that is when you get to the highest note in the scale, come right back down. Don't hit that note twice to start coming back down. It's just kind of a good rule of thumb not to do. That way you don't get in the habit of hitting any one note twice while you're practicing your scale patterns. That was pattern 1. Let's take a closer look at it. Slow and then regular speed. All right, let's take a look at pattern 2. Here's what it looks like from a distance, and then we'll do the close-up again. Pattern 3. pattern 5. All right, once you've got all 5 of the scale patterns memorized, it's a good idea to practice going up one pattern and down the next and vice versa, reverse it. What that would look like would be something like this. I might go up pattern 1, slide over to pattern 2, and come down. Maybe up to pattern 3, over to pattern 4 and down, etc. And come up with as many different combinations that you can going from pattern to pattern. And just wire them, get them down as best as you can. This will give you all the notes in any one key to solo. Now to change keys, the good news is once we've learned the patterns, all we have to do is move the patterns. And we'll talk about that on future shows. But for now, wire the patterns in the key that they're in. They're in the key of C major and A minor in these examples. And we'll get more into the theory side of it later. Right now, it's purely just a physical thing. Wire your scale patterns, get them down, and then on the next show, we'll talk about how to use them to improvise. So get to work.